Hi, Peggy.
Good afternoon, Elizabeth.
Darling, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Trying to get my tape off my camera.
Liz, do you know if for the 330 veterans, if the due process hearing of that person has been apprehended to have the hearing or not?
No, Catherine just sent an email out a little bit ago asking for it to be moved again.
Okay, thank you.
So you're fine. It was right after I'd already sent the link out. Or
Okay.
well, it was just this afternoon.
That was weird having Veterans Court on a Monday. I was like, what? Monday?
Hi, Jail.
Hey, Liz.
How are you?
We're here. We're doing good. It's great.
Hi, Burke. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. How's your day?
Oh, it's fabulous. It's a typical Monday.
Yes, typical
That's
Monday.
all right.
Still gonna be a good day.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a great day.
All right. I just let everybody in the courtroom. We try to set up, and then I'm waiting for my deputy with the docket. And I guess when that time comes, we'll be ready.
Do we have a lot in the courtroom coming in?
I would say probably about access of about 15 people so far.
Okay.
And then maybe all of them are not going to be the actual persons that will have to.
Yeah.
Come
And
up.
if some of them if some of their lawyers made announcements, they may not know they might not have to be here. But that's okay. It's fine that they came anyway. It's
Okay.
not a problem.
When the docket calls out, we'll let them know.
Yep.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
we got the first 6 down.
Okay, cool.
So they're gonna bring the other 2. I can throw them on the other side.
Okay, cool. We just ask those that you just in the courtroom, those that just in, make sure that your phone is either on, it's completely off or either on the vibrate mode. Okay, this court is for 130 courts for Superior Court Judge Art Smith. A lot of these gonna be dealing with, I guess, motions, pleas, BOPs, and stuff to that nature. I would presume that most of you in here today, you got a notice from your attorney or your public defender. Some of you may just got simple information over the mail. We just want to make sure that you are in the right courtroom, that you're not sitting in the wrong one. And there have been times, for 32 years I've been here, I've seen a lot of people think they come in the right court and they eventually sit through the whole court session for maybe 2 or 3 hours when they should have been in another court case, and then they end up getting a situation where, they end up getting in trouble for the court they didn't attend. So we want to make sure that you're in the right court. Anybody have any questions or comments? Yes, sir.
If I supposed to be here today, will somebody let me know?
We will. As a matter of fact, you made a good question. We're going to call each and every person that's on this docket today. There will be instructions if the persons have to come forward, or if there's some other instructions to where they may put it off to a later date or some agreement made between the attorneys as well. Yes, ma'am.
Good job. Can you guys check real quick?
Hi, Zozo. Everybody's got the court puppy dog right there. That's our mascot.
If I'd have known she was gonna be on camera today, I'd have put her in a cute little dress. Say hi, Jojo.
We have a special guest watching from very, very far away, so then she can see a puppy dog.
Okay.
Okay. Making me dizzy, Bert.
I was 13. I was 13.
okay, Peggy, you're good to go.
Good afternoon. Ms. Flournoy, are you there for the state, or Mr. Jones?
Your Honor, I am here.
All right. This is the docket for trials beginning on Monday, May the 10th at 9 a.m. Cases 1 and 2 have been all crossed. Number 3, Kimberly Bales. Kimberly Bales. Ms. Flournoy, is the state ready?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is ready. We would ask for a bench warrant and bond forfeiture if one's not already outstanding.
All right. Ms. Leonard, is this defendant in bench warrant status?
Judge, she absconded back in 2010.
Okay. If there's not a bench warrant on the state's motion, a bench warrant will issue for Kimberly Bales. Number 4, Shaderick Allen indicates a bench warrant status from April the 20th, 2016. He'll remain in bench warrant status. Number 5, Candace Forbes is closed. Number 6, Addison Thrower, Ms. Flournoy.
Your Honor, that case was, from my understanding, it was re-indicted and closed under SU 2017 CR 1901. So I will, once I review everything, I will make a motion to null pros and forward it to the court.
All right, thank you. And is that the same announcement for number 7, Quentin?
Yes, sir, it is.
Candidate. All right, thank you. Number 8, John Morris is closed. Number 9, Arthur Lynch.
Your Honor, that's the same announcement. It's been re-indicted and closed under a different case number. And I will make a motion to null process and forward it to the court for signature.
All right, thank you. Number 10, Michael Champion.
Your Honor, the state will be re-indicting this case with regards to correcting the offenses that are charged.
All right, thank you. Number 11, Tyler Marshall.
Your Honor, the state announced ready, but it's my understanding the defense is requesting a date for a guilty plea.
Is Mr. Lakes on this, in this hearing?
No, Your Honor, he submitted a status form
And what does the status form show, Ms. Barker?
that he is requesting a guilty plea.
All right. Do we still have space on May the 6th, Ms. Leonard?
No, Judge, the 6th is full, but we do have room on the 7th.
All right, then Tyler Marshall will be set down on May the 7th for a guilty plea. And barring that, will be on the trial docket. Number 12, Trendavious Thomas.
Your Honor, the state announced ready on that, but I believe the defense is requesting a guilty plea, and I believe it may have already been put on the 7th. It was on the last non-jury date.
Can you shed any light on that, Ms. Leonard? Does it have a date?
Judge, I'm going to check on that real quick.
All right.
It is scheduled for the 7th.
All right, May 7th. All right, number 13, Tyler Marshall again. We'll set that for May the 7th for a guilty plea. Number 14, Ural Reed.
Your Honor, the state would announce ready on that one.
Okay. Mr. Kendrick.
Your Honor, Mr. Kendrick made an announcement, not guilty, and that Mr. Reed also has new charges pending.
All right, well, this case will be assigned a T number for Monday the 10th. Number 15, Trenton Keon Thomas.
Your Honor, the state is announcing ready, but I believe it's it's down for a guilty plea at some point. The defense has requested a guilty plea date and pending documents.
Is there a date already set, Ms. Leonard?
Yes, Judge, that's scheduled for the 7th of May also.
All right, thank you. Number 16, Joshua Howard.
Your Honor, the state would announce ready on that. I don't have an announcement from the defense on.
Mr. Guzman.
If he can have the bailiff call out for Joshua Howard. I've not had any contact with Joshua Howard.
Joshua Howard. Joshua Howard.
Are you Joshua Howard? Yeah.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No one in the hall, Your Honor.
Second. He's Holly.
Joshua Howard. No response.
No response, Your Honor.
Your
All
Honor,
right.
the state moves for a bench warrant and bond forfeiture.
The bond is forfeited and a bench warrant will issue, and we'll recall this case. There was no response here at the government center when his name was called. Number 17, Rodney Ellis is closed. Number 18, Brandon Thomas Barfield. The announcement is not guilty, ready for trial. Is the state ready, Ms.
Your Honor, the
Flournoy?
state is ready.
All right, that case will have a T number assigned. Number 19, Roderick Branscombe. The announcement is not ready. I'm sorry, not guilty. Is the state ready, Ms. Flournoy?
Your Honor, state is ready.
All right, that case will have a T number assigned. Number 20, Tiffany Fortson. The defense announcement is not guilty. Is the state prepared, Ms. Flournoy?
Yes, Your Honor, state is ready on this one.
All right, T number will be assigned. Number 21, DeCarlos Warren. The defense announces not guilty.
State is ready, Your Honor.
All right, T number will be assigned. Number 22, Andre Brown. No announcement. Mr. Guzman?
Your Honor, Andrea Brown was re-indicted to SU 19-2 and it was closed on February 2019.
Do your notes agree, Ms. Flournoy?
Your Honor, I have no notes on that. I will check and make sure. What was the case number again, Mr. Guzman? 19 CR.
2. 19 CR2.
Okay.
Okay. Number 23, Curtis Porter is closed. 24, Demetrius Williams. The defense announces not guilty, ready for trial. What says the state?
Your Honor, we would announce ready.
All right, thank you. It will have a T number assigned to it. Number 25, Kendarick Williams, and number 26, Emmanuel Walton, both are closed. Number 27, Kanesha Mabry. The defense announces not guilty.
State announces ready, Your Honor.
All right, T number will be assigned to that case. Number 28, William Porter III is closed. Number 29, Antonio Denson. The defense announcement is not guilty.
State announced ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned.
That Denson, Antonio Denson. Come forward. He's here, y'all.
He has Jose Guzman.
Okay. Mr. Guzman, he's present.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, who is he, please?
Antonio Denson.
All right, Mr. Denson, your case is being assigned a trial number, which means it may come up to trial the week of May 10th. Just stay in close contact with your attorney, Mr. Guzman, but you're otherwise free to leave if you like. Thank you. All right, number 30, Michael Vasquez, guilty plea requested. Has a date already been assigned, Ms. Leonard?
No, it has not.
All right, then we'll set this down for May the 7th. Number 31, Elijah Tuck, not guilty.
He would announce ready, Your Honor.
All right, T number will be assigned to that case. Number 32, Derek Ford. The announcement from the defense is not guilty. Ms. Flournoy?
The state is going to announce ready on that one, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. The T number will be assigned. Number 33 is Jaquavius Richardson. The Mr. Kendrick announces not guilty, but says the case is not ready for trial. Is Mr. Kendrick here to shed any further light on that?
Your Honor, no, he's not. There is an update. The defendant is in MCJ since 1/3/19.
State announced ready, Your Honor.
Okay. It'll appear on
We are
the
not
trial.
going to, I will not object to a continuance if the state is, the defense is requested it.
I don't have the announcement sheets in here with me, but it says not guilty, case not ready for trial for William Kendrick. Is that what the announcement is in writing, Ms. Parker?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it will be passed at the defense request. Number 34, Devontae Wiskow.
Hey, Your Honor, this is Alson Armando for the Public Defender's Office. I have talked with Mr. Wiskow and I've talked with Mr. Eddings. Mr. Wiskow's intention was to hire Mr. Eddings, and from my discussion with Mr. Eddings, he indicated that he was representing Mr. Wiskow, but I don't see an entry yet. So I believe what we could do is put this on the trial docket, and I'll continue to talk to Mr. Eddings and see if that's going to go through or not.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ramondo.
State is
We'll have
announced and ready, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. A T number will be assigned to that case.
You don't need Mr. Wiskow to come out?
No, he can go back.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Number 35 is Christopher Gaucher.
Your Honor, it looks like the defense is requesting an offer on this case, so we will ask that it be put on for a guilty plea.
All right. We'll put it on the May 7th docket for a guilty plea. Number 36, Deja Patterson is announced not guilty.
State is announced and ready, Your Honor.
T number will be assigned to 36. Number 37, Ray Cokes. The announcement from the defense is not guilty.
State announced ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned. Number 38, Zachary Norris. The defense announces not guilty.
State is announced and ready, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. A T number will be assigned to number 38. Number 39, Carion Carey. The defense announces not guilty.
The state is ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned. Number 40, Demetria Thomas. The defense announces not guilty.
State is announced and ready.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. A T number will be assigned. 41, Citronia Sheldon. The defense announces not guilty, case to be appointed to a conflict public defender. Do you know where the case stands in that process, Mr. Guzman?
Ms. Selden? Okay.
Yeah, Your Honor, it's in the process of being reassigned.
Okay. Are you Ms. Sheldon?
Yes, sir.
Have you received any notice from the public defender's office that a conflict public defender has been assigned to you?
No, sir.
All right. Your case will not go to trial this term. Just stay in touch with the public defender's office because it will appear on the next term of court trial docket. But you're free to leave at this point.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good day. Okay. Number 42, Caitlin
Caitlin
Baker.
Caitlin Baker?
Your Honor, the state is announced and ready.
All right. T number will be assigned. Number 43, Cordelia Bellamy.
Your Honor, we were going to have a guilty plea. Was it last week? Yes, last week. And we scheduled that one for the restitution hearing and probable guilty plea on 7 May.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ramondo.
Well, you don't need Mr. Bellamy.
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Number 44, Alexander White. The defense announces not guilty.
State announces ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned. Number 45, Rebecca Amari. The defense announces not guilty.
State announces ready, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. A T number will be assigned. Number 46, Kimberly Collins. Let's sound for Kimberly Collins at Recorder's Court and outside our courtroom, please.
Kimberly, I'll go. Kimberly Collins?
They're gonna make an announcement out in the hallway, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Kimberly Collins. Kimberly Collins.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
No response, Your Honor.
No response, Your Honor.
Thank you. No response at Recorder's Court North at 7 West Courtroom. The case will remain in bench warrant status. Number 47, Joshua Shepard. A guilty plea is requested by Mr. Eddings. Looks like we have May 7th, so we'll put it down for May 7th. Let's see, number 48, Carl Bellamy.
Your Honor, the state announces ready.
All right. The T number will be assigned. There's an immunity hearing scheduled for May 7th.
Your Honor, this case would be T1 because it was specially set for that week,
All right.
provided that the lab results are returned prior to that date.
All right. All right, T1, you're correct, Ms. Flournoy. Number 49, Anthony Dowdell has been closed. Number 50, Orlando Robinson, bench warrant outstanding. A sound for Orlando Robinson, both here at the Government Center and at Recorder's Court.
Orlando Robinson, not here.
Orlando Robinson. Orlando.
No response in Recorder's Court, Your Honor.
No response. No response, Recorder's Court nor at the Government Center. He'll remain in bench warrant status. Number 51, Marcus King, the defense announces not guilty.
State announces ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned to that case. Number 52, Antonio Jones, the defense announces not guilty.
Coming forward, John. He's coming forward.
The state announces ready on Mr. Jones.
All right. Then a T number will be assigned to that case.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Jones has a request for the court.
All right, Mr. Jones,
Hey. Did you have anything?
do you have something you'd like to say, Mr. Jones?
No, I mean, I said not guilty.
You're saying you're not guilty, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, your case is being assigned a T number, and it may go to trial during the week of May 10th. Stay in touch with Mr. Guzman between now and then, but you're free to leave the courtroom if you like.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Number 53, Laurel Brown.
Mario Brown.
Okay.
Your Honor, the
Mr.
state,
Kendrick. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
the state is announcing ready, but I understand Mr. Kendrick has entered not guilty and he's asking for a status hearing on this.
All right. A T number will be assigned. We'll have a status conference on May the 7th. So as not to delay a trial. Number 54, Charles Norris.
Your Honor, I'm assigned that case currently. I was actually the assistant district attorney though at the time, who would have sentenced Mr. Norris. And that sentence forms the basis of this case. So Mr. Norris is being conflicted out. As soon as I have an update on that and he gets a conflict public defender, I will let the court know.
All right. Let's we'll pass it for the term then, Mr. Ramondo.
Okay, so we don't need Charles Norris. Is it in-
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, okay. All right, let's suspend for about 2 minutes. Thank you.
Court. Police department. These are the ones who you don't already call.
She wasn't here when we were calling.
Yeah, Juanita Johnson.
Those are the ones we've already called through.
Uh,
I'm still getting the ones. So far. Austin Prickett Haley. What was her last name?
Huh?
What was her last name?
Juanita Johnson. I'm gonna look it up.
All right. Next case is number 55, Ashley Bolinski. The defense announces not guilty.
State announcer ready, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. A T number will be assigned. Number 56, Monty Robinson. Guilty plea, not guilty plea requested on May 7th. So we'll take the guilty plea on May 7th in this case. Number 57, John Gaffney. The defense announces not guilty.
State announcer's ready, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. A T number will be assigned.
Just be in touch with Mr. Guzman, okay? Just be in touch with your appellate defender. Okay?
Okay. Number 58, Carry On Carry. Mr. Jones, are you with us?
He is not, Your Honor.
Your Honor, the
All right.
state is going to ask that this case be passed for this term.
All right, we'll do that.
105. Is it 105?
Pass for the term.
105. Is number 105.
All right, number 59, Lorenzo Jones. The defense announces not guilty.
The state is announced and ready.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. A T number will be assigned. Number 60, Rodney Tiller. The defense announces not guilty, but says that they're lacking discovery. Mr. Guzman, you want to shed any further light on that? And maybe Ms. Flournoy can respond.
Your Honor, this is just, this is that case where Mr. Tiller was not represented by anyone at the public defender's office at arraignment. I don't see where he was given discovery. There's no discovery certificate that had been filed or that appeared to have been filed. So I don't have the discovery on the case. I did mention this to Ms. Flournoy. I imagine that she's preparing that for me, but I just don't have it now.
All right, Ms. Flournoy.
Your Honor, we've been working on getting that together, and I'm hopeful that we will be able to get it to him this week.
All right. Well, I'll assign a T number, but if there are problems in completing discovery, I'll take that up at the appropriate time. Number 61, is Neil Williams. There is an not guilty is the announcement from the defense, and there's an evaluation pending. Is that correct, Mr. Guzman?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, so it's passed for the term.
Yes, sir.
Your
Number
Honor,
62.
if we can go back to number 60, it is my understanding we've got the discovery prepared, and it's available for pickup at our reception area. Is that okay, Mr. Group?
Staying right here.
That's fine. Yes.
Okay.
Your name is Williams too?
This is Mr. Tiller. He's in the courtroom. If you'll step back, because they're talking about him right now, and then we'll get you.
Yeah, Mr. Tiller can be excused. He just
Okay.
needs to stay in touch with his attorney.
Yes, sir.
And what was his name?
Neil Williams.
This was Neil Williams.
That case has been passed for the term. Just stay in touch with Mr. Guzman about your next court appearance, sir. But you're free to leave.
Can I ask you something? I'm gonna give 3 docket calls. This is the third docket call I've had in 20 months. That's violating my constitutional right. Also, I got papers where I went to pretrial the first 2 times, and after that, I've been twice a month, and I haven't been given any papers. And I'm getting different pretrial. I'm going to the government center, I'm going every twice a month. And on for criminal damage, I think that would be a state court. That wouldn't be even a superior court issue.
Well, thank you, Mr. Williams. Why don't you call Mr. Guzman when you leave court?
Well, I said I'm gonna represent myself, because Mr. Guzman, every time I went down to see talk to Mr. Guzman, he's not there. He's gonna answer the phone. Then he's gonna call me at 9 o'clock on a Friday night and want to talk about a case. And I told him I'd get somebody else. And every time I went back to get somebody else, there's nobody there. Nobody answers the phone. Somebody sits there sometimes they don't. Down at the annex on Kent Street, full corner block.
All right, Mr. Williams, I'm gonna set it down for a status conference on May the 7th. We'll have more time to talk about it on May 7th, but you're free to leave the courtroom right now. Okay, thank you. Number 62, Jeffrey Copeland. The defense announces not guilty.
State announces ready, Your Honor.
A T number will be assigned to that case. Number 63, Kiaris Hollingsworth. The defense announces not guilty. Ms. Flournoy?
State announces ready, Your Honor.
T number will be assigned to that case. Number 64, Jonathan Benny. The defense announces not guilty.
State announces ready.
T number will be assigned to that case. Number 65, Bobby Battle. The defense announces not ready and that an evaluation is pending. Is that correct, Mr. Guzman?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. He'll be passed for the term. Number 66, Trenton Long.
State is announcing ready, Your Honor.
Okay. The defense is announcing not guilty, but defense counsel has a conflict with the Harris County trial at the same time. What I'm going to do is assign a T number and then just ask Mr. Stephen Hodges to keep the court apprised of the status of the Harris County case. And if it's an older case, it will take priority over this case. Number 67, Christopher Gaucher. Defense is announcing not ready, awaiting an offer from the state.
Your Honor, we will be providing the offer, and we just ask that it be set down for a possible guilty plea or a status conference.
All right, it'll be set down on May the 7th for a status conference or a guilty plea. Number 68, Randy Lewis. Is there an attorney in this case? Ms. Leonard.
No, Judge, there is not.
Is Mr. Randy Lewis in the courtroom?
He's an inmate in jail. Would you like us to bring him out?
Yes, please. Mr. Leonard, can you tell if he has had counsel in this case before?
He did have counsel. There was an order for his attorney to withdraw.
Mr. Lewis? Okay.
All right, sir. Are you Mr. Randy Lewis?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an attorney?
Mr. Adam Devers.
All right.
I'm sorry, Honor, I did not hear your thing on that. It's a not guilty on us. He has two cases though, Your Honor. One of them looked like was assigned to Mr. Flournoy. And I think he withdrew.
That is correct. Mr. Flournoy was representing him and he did withdraw.
Have you entered an appearance, Mr. Deaver?
On behalf, Your Honor, and I will get an EOA over there to you as soon as possible.
All right.
State is announcing ready, Your Honor.
All right, a T number will be assigned to this case. Thank you.
All right.
Number 69, Robert Holcomb. Defense is announcing not guilty, requesting a status conference for possible guilty plea. I'll set it down for status conference on May the 7th, but we'll nevertheless assign a T number if the state is ready.
State is ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. Number 70, Billy W. Wright is set for a guilty plea on May the 6th. Number 71, Lamont Brown is set for a guilty plea on May the 6th. Number 72, Margaret Ford, not guilty, ready for trial, says the defense.
State is ready.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. A T number will be assigned. Number 73, Harry Stroud Jr. The defense announces not guilty.
State is ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned. Number 74, Billy Wright. Mr. Kendrick announces not guilty.
State announces ready, Your Honor, but Mr. Wright's, I believe it was on the last non-jury date and it was continued until both of his cases was put down for the May 6th date though.
All right.
Right, Your Honor.
Okay, are you Mr. Wright?
Yes, sir.
Just stay in touch with Mr. Kendrick. It appears that you have a date scheduled for May the 6th to be back in court, but just stay in close contact with Mr. Kendrick.
Yes, sir.
But you're free to leave today.
Yes, sir.
Have a good day now. All right, number 75, Sylvester Ellison. The defense announces not guilty.
State is ready, Your Honor.
Number will be assigned to that case. Number 76, Jeffrey Wilson. The defense announces not guilty, but an interpreter will be needed.
Your Honor, it's not an interpreter. This is what I meant when I sent the announcement. I represent Mr. Wilson. He actually requires a sign language interpreter. And so it's very difficult for me to even attempt to communicate with him, even with handwriting. And so every time I want to speak to him, I have to have a sign language interpreter just to speak to him. So it's taking a very long time to prepare this case. It's not going to be ready. I believe Ms. Hansis represented the state also up until maybe last week. And so I don't expect it to be ready from the state's side either. But that's why this one's just taking a very long time, just because of the sign language interpreter issue.
All right,
The state
Well,
is
we
not
can
gonna
arra-
oppose or pass on this one, Your Honor.
all right, it'll be passed for the term. But it'll just be passed for the term. Number 77, David Hicks. No announcement.
Your Honor, if we could call out for Mr. Hicks, I had no contact with him.
David Hicks.
David Hicks.
Who's Fred Miles they had called?
David Hicks.
Huh? They haven't called.
No response to the courtroom in the hallway, Your Honor.
No response, Your Honor.
All right, no response to Recorder's Court, no response to the Government Center. Does the state have a motion?
State moves for a bench warrant and bond forfeiture.
All right, on the state's motion, the bond is forfeited and the bench warrant will issue, and we'll recall this case before we adjourn today. Number 78, Angela Lockhart. The defense announces not guilty.
The state is ready, Your Honor.
T number will be assigned. Number 79, Charisma Smith has been closed. Number 80, Adrian Palmer.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
State announces ready, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. A T number will be assigned. Number 81, Ashley Truitt. The defense announces not guilty.
State is announcing ready.
A T number will be assigned. Number 82, Trevon McPherson, and 83, Justin Crawford, have both been closed.
Justin Crawford, come forward. Be Justin Crawford. That's your name? Just gotta wait.
He shouldn't be here anyways, case is closed.
Number 84, Johnny Mahone. The defense announces not guilty.
Your Honor, the state is asking for a pass on this one for this term.
Any objection, Mr. Guzman?
No objection.
All right, it's passed for the term. Number 85, Shauna Love is closed. Number 86, Charles Duffy. The defense announces not guilty, but asks for more time to work on obtaining a retroactive first offender. Is that correct, Mr. Guzman?
That's correct, Your Honor. I believe this case is actually already set for late May. I'm
26.
I believe
That's
May
correct.
22nd, maybe. And
May 25th.
I believe that retroactive first offender is either about to be signed or has been signed by the judge in the other circuit. So we'll probably be able to get an administrative disposition on this
All
particular.
right.
He's present.
The
Ms.
state is not
Flournoy?
going to oppose or pass on for this trial term, Your Honor.
All right, it's passed for the term.
Stay, you're free to go. Just stay in touch with Mr. Guzman.
All right. Appreciate it.
All right, number 87, Adrian Beasley is closed. Number 88, Onisha Phipps is set for a guilty plea on May the 6th. Number 89, Roderick Alexander is set for a guilty plea on May the 6th. Number 90, Lamarquise Edmonds, the defense announces not guilty.
Your Honor, the state is announcing ready.
T number will be assigned. Number 91, Blake Johnson is closed. Number 92, Russell Bailey, the announcement is not guilty, asking for a status conference, which we can set down for May the 7th. Is the state announcing ready in this case, Ms. Flournoy?
Your Honor, we're going to go with it not being ready, and we would ask for a pass also.
All right, it'll be passed for the term. Number 93, Kadarius Leonard is closed.
Mr. Leonard is closed.
94, Natasha McQueen, guilty plea, date requested. Is that correct? Well, Mr. Lakes isn't here. We'll set that down for May the 7th for a guilty plea. Number 95, Whitley Thial is in bench warrant status. Let's call for Whitney Thial.
Whitney Thial. Oh, Whitney Thial. Court calls for Whitney Thial. Whitney Thial. No response, Your Honor.
Thank you.
No response from Recorder's Court, Your Honor.
Thank you. No response at Recorder's Court nor at the Government Center. She will remain in bench warrant status. Number 96, James Davis is in bench warrant status. We'll just stay at the back door. Okay. James B. Davis, if we could sound for him at the Recorder's Court.
Davis, James B. Davis. Court calls James B. Davis. James B. Davis. No response, Your Honor. No response at Recorder's Court, Your Honor.
All right, no response at Recorder's Court nor at the Government Center. Mr. Davis will remain in bench warrant status. Number 97, Donovan Harrington. The announcement is that the defense is waiting for an offer from the state.
They just asked that it be placed on the May 7th date, and we will be forwarding an offer to the defense.
All right, thank you, Ms. Flournoy. Number 98, Nair Horace, not guilty, however, not ready. Discovery was just received, says Mr. Edding for the defense.
Your Honor, we will not oppose the defense request for continuance.
All right, it'll be passed for this term. Number 99, Jamal Green, guilty plea, date requested, May 7th. Number 100, Richard Inglet, no announcement.
Your Honor, yes, sorry, Your Honor. Number 100 and number 116 is Mr. Inglet, Your Honor. I've gotten all the paperwork collected and I'm currently filling it out. I just need a signature from Mr. Inglet for a psychological evaluation. If we could put that for a status conference on the 7th or the 6th, whatever is fine with the court. I should have that paperwork filled out this week. Yeah.
All right, that'll be May the 7th, Mr. Raimondo.
All right, so you don't need Mr. Inglet.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, number 101 is Timothy Chestnut. Mr. Jackson is saying not guilty, and not ready, needs status conference for possible guilty plea. Does the state oppose a pass and a status
State will
conference?
not oppose. We will not oppose it, Your Honor, and we would ask that it be set down for a status conference also.
All right, it will be set down for May the 7th. Number 102, Diana Lockett, guilty plea request. It will be set down for May the 7th. That's true for 102 and her case 103. It will be set down for a guilty plea on May the 7th. Number 104, Patrick Walker, Mr. Guzman announces not guilty.
State is ready, Your Honor.
T number will be assigned to that case. Number 105, Juanita Johnson, Mr. Guzman announces not guilty.
State announces ready.
T number will be assigned. Number 106, Christopher Mills has been closed. Number 107, Kenya Carter, no announcement from Mr. Jarrett.
Your Honor, the state will be no process in that case. We received a waiver of prosecution from the victim So I will be making a motion to null pros and forwarding the paperwork to the court.
All right, thank you, Ms. Flournoy. Number 108, Brian Blair. The defense is asking for a pass for a guilty plea in June. Is that correct, Mr. Guzman?
Well, Your Honor, it's more likely a status conference in June. He's actually in Florida, and this should be administratively resolved if he makes his restitution payments as agreed. And that's why I'm asking for a date a couple months from now, because the agreement was for 90 days to pay some restitution.
Right.
So,
Thank you. Ms. Leonard, what do we have in late June?
Judge, we've got June 24th and 25th.
All right, let's put it down for June 25th. Number 109, Kianya Spencer. Defense announces not guilty.
Your Honor, the state is ready.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. A T number will be assigned. 110, Malin Dyer. The defense announces not guilty.
Your Honor, the state is asking for a pass on this one for this term.
All right. If there's no one here for the defense to oppose it, a pass for the term will be granted. Ms. Flournoy. Number 111, Amanda French. Guilty plea, status conference requested. We'll set it down for May the 7th. Number 112, Patrick Walker. The defense announces not guilty.
State announces ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned to that case. Number 113, Altavius Carr. The defense announces not guilty.
State announces ready.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned. Raymond, 114, Raymond Avakovic. The note is guilty plea on May the 6th. So 115, Takandra Nelson, not guilty.
State is ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned. Number 116 has already been announced. 117, Christopher Story. The defense announces not guilty.
State is announcing ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned to that case. 118, Shirley Ann Etter. The defense announces not guilty.
State is announcing ready.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned to that case. Number 119, Corus Williams, not guilty. Status conference requested for possible guilty plea. We can set that down for May 7th. Number 120, Tedrick Thompson, no announcement, Mr. Guzman.
Your Honor, Mr. Thompson, I've not had contact with him. If he could be announced.
Cedric Thompson.
Tedrick Thompson, deputy. Tedrick Thompson. That's all right.
Cedric Thompson. No response, Your Honor. No response.
No response here at Recorder's Court.
Thank you. No response at Recorder's Court nor on the 7th floor of the Government Center. Does the state have a motion?
The state moved for a bench warrant and bond forfeiture.
On the state's motion, the bond is forfeited and the bench warrant will issue, and we'll recall this case before we adjourn for the day. Number 121, Kenya Carter.
Your Honor, on this case also, the state will be making a motion to null pros. We'll be receiving a waiver of prosecution from the victim in that case.
All right, thank you. Number 122, Byron Martin, not guilty, is the plea by the defendant.
The state is ready, Your Honor.
T number will be assigned to that case. 123 Darnell Kitchens. The announcement from Mr. Kendrick is not ready as the defendant is currently incompetent or not capable of assisting his counsel. So it will be passed for the term and monitor the defendant's condition. Number 124, same defendant, same ruling. 125, Derek Flakes, guilty plea on May the 6th. 126, Horace Hickey, guilty plea requested for June. What were those two dates again, Ms. Leonard?
They were the 24th and 25th.
All right, this will be set down for June the 25th. Number 127, Charles Boston. No answer.
Your Honor, that's my case. If we could put this down for a potential guilty plea on either 7 or 6 of May. But I would, as of right now, we don't have a negotiated plea offer, so I just asked that it go on the trial docket. We would be ready if we get, there's a forensic interview that occurred in this case. I believe it was from South Carolina. And there was a phone dump done here by CPD, and those are just the two things that we're missing right now. And if we could get copies of those, we would be ready for a trial the week of the 10th.
Your Honor, the state is not ready to proceed at this time, so we would ask for a pass for this term.
Is there an objection, Mr. Raimondo?
No, sir, but if we could just keep it on for 7 May for a potential guilty plea.
We'll do that, Mr. Raimondo.
Thank you, Your Honor.
128, Anthony Pritchett Hodges. No announcement, Mr. Guzman.
Judge, I believe that's already set for May 6th plea day.
All right.
Global resolution.
Thank
That's correct.
you. All right. 129, Tate Tribber. Mr. Guzman.
Your Honor, the state is announced and ready for that.
Okay. Mr. Guzman announces not guilty. A T number will be assigned to that case. Number 130, Shannon Buckner. Guilty plea is requested. It'll be set for May 7th for a guilty plea. Number 131, same defendant. It will be set likewise for May the 7th for a guilty plea. Number 132, Nico Fitzpatrick. The defense announces not guilty.
State is ready, Your Honor.
T number will be assigned to that case. 133, Landorus Bennett. A guilty plea date is requested. That'll be set down on May the 5th.
Are you Ladarius Bennett?
Ladarius?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, come on up. Mr. Bennett is present in the courtroom. He's coming up. Ladarius Bennett. Sometimes it's mispronounced, so goodness.
Are you Ladarius Bennett, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. There's a hearing scheduled for you on May the 7th. Just stay in close contact with Mr. Ray Lakes, and he'll give you further instructions, sir. But you're free to go today if you wish.
All right, thank you, sir. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too. Number 134, John Goodman. Mr. Morgan announces not guilty, but is requesting time to negotiate a guilty plea.
Your Honor, the state is not opposed to a pass for this term.
All right, it will be passed for this term. Number 135, Lindsay Cannon. Defense announces not guilty.
State is announced and ready, Your Honor.
T number
And I
will be
believe it's also on the May 7th date for May 6th or 7th for a possible plea as well.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. A T number will be assigned just in the event that that possible plea doesn't work out.
Sorry.
136, Christopher Wade. No announcement, Mr. Guzman.
Your Honor, on Mr. Wade, it appears that Mr. Anthony Johnson has filed an entry of appearance.
Here's Mr. Wade, Christopher Wade.
Okay. Mr. Wade, have you now hired Mr. Anthony Johnson to be your attorney?
No, sir. I had got with Mr. Guzman through an email. He had emailed this morning while I was at work, and they assigned him to me. I did not hire him, Your Honor.
I believe he was reassigned as conflict counsel, Judge. But in either case, he filed an entry of appearance not too long ago.
Okay. There may have been a conflict in Mr. Guzman representing you, Mr. Wade. The conflict counsel that's been appointed is Anthony Johnson. If you would contact him, and we're going to pass your case for this term so that Mr. Johnson can get up to speed on your case. But you're free to leave today, but do reach out to Mr. Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Number 137, Tetris Sweat. Guilty plea May 6th. Number 138, Courtney Beanick.
Your Honor, Miss Beanick is also number 150. Miss Flournoy and I have worked out a guilty plea in that case. I have the paperwork. I just need to get it signed. So if we could put it down for the 7th, we'll have a guilty plea on that date.
We'll do that. A guilty plea on May 7th. Number 139, William Stokes, not guilty.
State is ready, Your Honor.
T number will be assigned. Number 140, Christian Holloway, has been closed. 141, Kenneth Henderson, the announcement is not guilty. Ms. Flournoy.
State is ready, Your Honor.
T number will be assigned. Number 142, Creona Richmond, no announcement, Mr. Guzman.
Your Honor, I believe that Mr. Ralston Jarrett has filed an entry of appearance on Creona Richmond.
Miss she's here. Creona Richmond. Yep.
Ms. Richmond, have you hired Mr. Garrett, Mr. Ralston Garrett to represent you?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Leonard, has he filed an appearance in the case?
Your Honor, it looks like he did so on April 15th.
All right. All right. What's the state's announcement, Ms. Flournoy?
The state is ready, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Richmond, stay in close contact with your attorney. Your case will be on the May 10th trial docket, but you're free to leave at this time.
Okay.
Thank you.
He did ask me to get more time since he just got the case.
All right. Usually attorneys will make those requests. Ms. Flournoy, do you object to a one-time pass?
Your Honor, the state will not oppose a defense request for a pass.
All right. Ms. Richmond, let your attorney know that you were successful in getting the case passed until the next term. But you're free to leave now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
143. Din Shukmar Patel. Guilty plea.
Tell me to call his name. I think he went to the rest.
Patel? Okay. I think he was in the courtroom, Your Honor, and I think he went to the restroom.
Well, it's already set for.
Oh, yeah, he's
I'm
here.
setting it for a guilty plea on May the 7th.
He's here, Your Honor.
Your attorney has indicated you would like a guilty plea date, Mr. Patel, and I've set it down for May 7th. Stay in contact with Mr. Garner or Mr. Johnson, and they'll give you further direction. But you're free to leave at this point, sir.
Okay, May 7th. Thank you.
All right. Number 144, Shelby Ruland.
Stay in touch with your attorney.
Mr. Guzman. Mr.
Your
Guzman.
Honor, I've not had contact with Ms. Ruland. It looks like she's in bench warrant status as of December 3rd.
All right. Let's sound in both of the recorder's court and here for Shelby Ruland.
Okay, young Shelby.
Shelby, no response, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Shelby Ruland, no answer, Your Honor.
All right. No answer at the government center either. And if Shelby Ruland is not in a bench warrant status, I assume the state would move to forfeit the bond and have a bench warrant issued.
Your Honor, the state does move for a bench warrant and bond forfeiture.
All right. The bond is forfeited and a bench warrant will issue, and we'll recall this case before we adjourn today. Number 145, Benedict Weatherly. The defense is announced not guilty. Ms. Flournoy?
The state is ready, Your Honor.
Okay, come on, sir.
T number will be assigned. Number 146, Leonardo Walton. The defense announces not guilty.
The state is ready, Your Honor.
The T number will be assigned to that case. Number 147, Alexis Madlock has been closed, as has 148, Kaderick Williams. Number 149 has already been passed for the term. Number 150, guilty plea on May the 7th, as previously announced. 151, Chandler Elliott. The announcement is not guilty, but the defense is asking for additional time to prepare.
State will not object to a pass on this case.
Right, that case will be passed for this term. Number 152, Willis Peoples. The defense announces not guilty.
Your Honor, the state is ready.
A T number will be assigned to this case. Number 153, Michael Davila, not guilty.
Your Honor, we would not add it to the trial calendar. I believe it will be administratively handled.
If there's no objection from the defense, the case will be passed for this term.
Judge Smith, Mr. Guzman just dropped off. His internet and phone, everything just completely stopped working. Oh, wait, he might be back. He was just messaging. There he is. I think he's back.
Mr. Guzman, we were on Michael Davila. The state had agreed to a pass subject to your agreement or your objection.
There's no objection, Your Honor.
It will be passed for the term. Number 154, Frederick Brown. The plea is not guilty.
State announces ready.
T number will be assigned. Number 155, Harry Johnson. No announcement, Mr. Ramondo.
Oh, he's coming forward.
Is Mr. Ramondo with us?
It looks like he got dumped off also. Let me try to get him a message real quick, Judge.
Okay.
Your Honor, we're both in the annex building, and our phones are still out. I don't know what happened, but I just want you to know we're both in the same building and situation.
All right. Well, let's just wait a minute. We're waiting for your attorney to rejoin the Zoom hearing, Mr. Johnson.
Your Honor, Mr. Raimundo is here to make his announcement.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, my internet just went out for some reason. It happened to a few other people. What case are we on? Are we on number 155?
Yes, Harry Johnson.
If we could have a guilty plea date, Your Honor, I'm currently trying to negotiate with Miss Flournoy on that case. I see Mr. Johnson is in the courtroom right now.
He is. All right, we'll set it down for a guilty plea on May 7th. And Mr. Johnson, you're free to leave. Just stay in close contact with Mr. Raimondo. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir. Number 156, Brontavious Crowell. Not guilty. Mr. Johnson indicates he has motions to file.
The state would announce ready, Your Honor.
All right, a T number will be assigned to that case. Number 157, Carol Whittlesey. Mr. Guzman.
Your Honor, I have that she is on for a June 24th plea day.
June 24th. All right, thank you. Number 158, Joseph Lias.
Your Honor, I represent Mr. Lias. I think we both had experience with Mr. Lias. In fact, I believe Ms. Flournoy has too. He's going to require an evaluation. So we do have an agreement. I haven't drafted the order yet, but I'll get that prepared and send it over to Ms. Flournoy. And
the state is consenting to the psych evaluation.
All right, then it's off for this term. Number 159, Lamont Turner is closed. 160, Charlie Walker. Mr. Raimondo.
And then, hey, Your Honor, this should be my last case. I've been talking with Mr. Walker. If we could put that down for a potential guilty plea on 7 May, I think Ms. Flournoy and I will be able to work this one out.
All right, it's set for May the 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
One, yes, sir. Number 161, Christopher Nicolaus. There's a request to pass it. Well, it was passed in April, on April 12th. What's the announcement on this? Do we have anything from Mr. Martin?
Your Honor, I believe that at the time when it was on there on April the 12th, he asked for it to be passed, and I believe the court on both of those cases, and I believe the court did pass it. So the state is not opposed to a pass.
All right.
Yes, sir.
160, 161 will be passed. Number 162, Fred Miles. Guilty plea on May the 7th. Number 163, Jason Horn. No announcement.
Guilty plea on May 7th.
Guilty plea.
So just stay in touch.
Mr. Ford.
I don't want to plead guilty because
Jason Horn, I haven't had contact with him. If we can announce for him.
I was under a doctor's care and I told
This may be him.
He needs to tell us or
Deputy Dupree, is that Mr. Horn standing there?
this Mr. Miles.
Mr. Miles.
Mr. Miles.
Oh, your case is be back in court on May the 7th. Mr. Miles, and stay in contact with Mr. Guzman.
Mr. Donna, with all due respect, at the charge that I had was the prazolam. I talked to my doctor and he said he can release files that at the time that I was arrested, I was prescribed that prazolam. He said I'm waiting on time for him to send it to me. And I told the attorney that. So can I get a little longer so I can see about him to get that to me? Because I've been speaking with my attorney about it.
Okay. Well, Mr. Guzman, do you think you need a little more time?
Yes, sir.
No, I'm asking Mr. Guzman.
Your Honor, if he's not able to get that information by May 7th, then perhaps June 24th would be sufficient time for him to get that information to me. I mean, he has contacted me about that, and that's why I was asking for May, but if he needs more time.
Okay, thank you. Any objection from the state, Ms. Flournoy?
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, it's passed until May the 24th, I believe. Is that the date?
June 24th.
June 24th. Yes, okay. And that's, okay. Now we go to number,
Okay, and
but
I'll-
Mr. Miles is free to leave.
Okay, so you wanna give me something with it in?
Jason Horn.
163 Jason Horn.
He's here.
All right, Mr. Horn.
Hi, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Mr. Guzman is your attorney. Mr. Guzman, what's your announcement?
Your Honor, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea at this time. I hadn't had very good contact with Mr. Horn, so perhaps if we could set him on for May 7th as a status, and perhaps Mr. Horn can reply to my last email, and then we can discuss the case before May 7th.
All right.
Mr. Guzman, your associate called me. I called the number back, and
Okay, that's fine. I mean, just contact me, check your email, and reply to my last email, and we can get together and discuss.
All right. We'll mark it not guilty at a status conference on May the 7th. And Mr. Horn is free to leave, but do stay in close contact with Mr. Guzman. Mr. Horn. 164 is Mandy Tolan. No announcement, Mr. Guzman.
I believe that Ms. Tolan may be in bench warrant bond forfeiture status. I've had no contact.
Ms. Leonard will tell us.
She is, Judge. She's in bench warrant status from
All right,
March of this year.
Let's sound for her at Recorder's Court in here. Her name is Mandy Tolan.
Mandy Tolan. Mandy Tolan. Oh, respond, sir.
Thank you.
Where's Dowden?
Mandy Tolan. Mandy Tolan. No response.
No response, Your Honor.
And no response at Recorder's Court nor on the 7th floor. She'll remain in bench warrant status. Number 165, Sylvester Thomas Ellison. Mr. Guzman, is there an announcement?
Your Honor, this is the second case on Mr. Ellison. As the first one, it's a not guilty.
All right, not guilty. Ms. Flournoy?
Ladies ready, Your Honor.
A T number will be assigned to that case. Thank you. 166, Dante Hughley. Mr. Guzman?
Your Honor, Mr. Hughley, I believe that he is also in bench warrant status. I've had no contact.
He's in the jail.
Oh.
He's in jail?
Yes, sir. He's an inmate.
All right.
Well, I guess I should have checked there. Your Honor, what I'll do is I'll enter a not guilty plea on his behalf and ask that you schedule him on for a status conference on May 7th.
All right.
We don't need him.
Is the state announcing ready, Ms. Flournoy?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. T number will be assigned. There'll be a status conference on May the 17th. Number 167, Brennan Brown. The announcement is not guilty. Request a status conference for possible guilty plea. We'll set this down for a status conference on May the 7th. Number 168, Sharon Williams is closed. 169, Courtney Gunn. Guilty plea, request the June date. And what was that first date, Ms. Leonard? June
24th.
This will be set down for June 24th. 170, Brock Martin. The announcement is not guilty.
State is ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned to that case. 171, Richard Fowler. The announcement is not guilty.
State announced ready.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned to that case. Number 172, Kevin Burton, guilty plea on May the 6th. Number 137, Kevin Burton also Is he maintaining a not guilty plea in 173, Mr. Guzman?
Yes, Your Honor.
State announce ready.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned to 173. 174, Whitley Theall. The defendant is in bench warrant status, but let's call for Whitley Theall here and at the recorder's court.
Whitney Theall. Whitney Theall. No response.
Whitney Theall. Whitney Theall. No response.
No response, Your Honor.
No response at either courtroom. She'll remain in bench warrant status and be recalled before we adjourn. Number 175, James Davis. He appears to be in bench warrant status. Is that correct?
He is in bench warrant status, Judge.
All right, let's sound for James Davis.
Court call James Davis. James Davis. No response, Your Honor.
You're after him. I'm just saying you're next.
Christopher Davis. Chris Davis.
James Davis.
Actually, James Davis.
James Davis. James Davis. James Davis. No response.
No response.
Thank you. He'll remain in bench warrant status and we'll recall him. 176, Chris Hudson. The announcement is not guilty.
State is ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned.
Just be in
Number
touch.
one,
I've made several attempts to get in contact with my attorney Guzman, and I've even went down and written a letter, and I haven't been able to gotten any response from him at all.
Mr. Guzman.
I'm sorry, this is Chris Hudson.
I sent him an email, and I went down to the office and wrote a personal letter with both of my phone numbers in it for him to get in contact with me, because there's a charge on here that I don't understand, and I needed to talk to him about.
Well, okay. Well, you're free to leave the courtroom, but go by Mr. Guzman's office. He's there now, and maybe y'all can come to some understanding. But I'm assigning a T number for this case for trial during the week of May 10th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you, sir. 177, Sarah Tomlin. Guilty plea requested for June. We'll put that down for June 24th.
Your Honor, it appears that Ms. Tomlin is already on a court date in May 25th, guilty plea docket. I think that perhaps that would be more appropriate, just to leave it on that docket instead of setting it on for June.
Okay, May 25th. May 25th it is, Mr. Guzman. Thank you.
Thank you.
178, Mary Vance. Guilty plea scheduled for May 7th. 179, Courtney Samuels, not guilty. Mr. Morgan is asking for a pass.
State is not objecting to a pass, Your Honor.
He'll be passed for the term. Number 180, Malin Dyer, not guilty.
Your Honor, state is announced and ready.
Thank you, Ms. Florno. A T number will be assigned to that case. Number 181, Charles Bush. The announcement is not guilty.
State is ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. A T number will be assigned. Number 182, Leotis Sheldon, guilty plea, May 7th.
Come on, Mr. Chairman.
Guilty plea, May 7th. He's in the
May
courtroom,
7th.
Your Honor. Mr. Leota Shelton.
Mr. Sheldon, your guilty plea day is May the 7th. Just stay in close contact with Mr. Guzman, if you would, please.
Okay.
Thank you. You're free to leave. 183, Amanda Couch. That defendant is currently in rehab. The case will be passed for the term.
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, Ms. Flournoy. 184, Nikki Mims. There's no announcement, Mr. Guzman.
Your Honor, she's on for May 6th.
May 6th. All right, thank you, sir. Guilty plea, May 6th. 185, Larry Brown, not guilty. Status conference requested for possible guilty plea. Let's put this down on May the 7th. Number 186, Christopher Floyd, guilty plea requested. We'll set that down for May the 7th also. Number 187, Austin Dawson has been closed. Number 188, Roy Bailey, not guilty.
Stays ready, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Flournoy. T number will be assigned. Number 189, LaDonna Bruce, guilty plea requested for May 7th. Number 190, Amanda Couch. She is in rehab in this case as well, so it will be passed for the term. 191, James Fritzke, guilty plea on May the 6th. And finally, 192, Reina Cabrales has been closed. That concludes our docket call. Remain with us for just a few minutes, and I'll ask that Ms.
Your Honor, this is Michael Champion. He was late. He arrived after his name was called.
What is his name?
Michael.
And Miss Little, if you can tell me his position.
Your Honor, I represent Mr. Champion. His is one of the cases at the very beginning of the docket. I forgot the number, but it's to be re-indicted. Number 10. Let's see here. Yes, number 10. His case is to be re-indicted with corrected charges. So I imagine that this particular case will be absorbed into that one at some point.
All right, you're free to leave, Mr. Champion. Just stay in close contact with your attorney, Mr. Guzman, but you're free to leave today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
All right. Is there anyone waiting at the recorder's court?
No, Your Honor, nobody else is
Okay.
here.
We're going to take a 5-minute recess to allow Ms. Little to send me the callbacks on the bench warrants, and then we'll adjourn. But we'll recess now until 3:05.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. All we're gonna do is some callbacks and we're done.
That's it. We just gonna call back those bench warrant cases. Once he put out on bench warrant, just make sure they're not gonna have to. So you're good to go.
How's that? I wasn't able to close on me. Ain't nobody here. I need to do a callback.
And I called Champion back because he got on number 10 on his case. He got a ton of drug cases.
Yeah,
And I had to make
some of them
sure.
were right, and so they were gonna re-indict it.
both at the jail and here. Sound for Joshua Howard.
Joshua Howard. No response, sir.
You're muted at the jail. You're muted at the jail. Did you sound for Joshua Howard?
Tell him he's no response.
No
Thank
response,
you.
Your Honor.
David Hicks. David Hicks.
David Hicks. No response, Your Honor.
Thank you. Tedrick Thompson.
No response on Tedrick Thompson.
Thank you. Shelby Rulon or Rulan.
No response, Your Honor.
Whitley Theall.
Whitley Theall. No response.
Thank you. And finally, James Davis.
James Davis. No response, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you at the jail. Thank you, counselors.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All of those who were previously announced to be in bench warrant status will remain in bench warrant status, and we are adjourned. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.